Hey, hi, hello, welcome back to what is probably going to be a very busy vlog, although I guess all of my vlogs are kind of busy. This one is going to be centered specifically on two main things, and that is one, I have getting ready for the Boston for the TBT conference, and two, I have a lot of work to do. So that's kind of the theme of all of this. Today is Monday, July the 10th, and it is about noon now. I got up, I went to bar class, went inside the pool and swam some laps for about an hour. I didn't swim for an hour. I did that last week though. I swam for a full hour. It was crazy. I swam for like 20 minutes and I read the other 40, but I just hung out there, and then I came home, took a shower, made some coffee. So cheers. And oh, there's a bee on both sides. Look at that. My husband's grandma gave me this. She understands me. Let's see what else. Made some coffee, and then I've been just sitting here with like my 87 notebooks, eating a quick snack of cookies because I'm about to go meet my friend for lunch, so I didn't want to like eat food, but I was starving. I'm just trying to like get my thoughts together because I'll be real honest. I mentioned this the other day. I have felt just so like I'm floating, and like I don't have specific concrete things. And I think that the main reason is because I mentioned it was a really big deal to me to try to hit $100,000 on just TBT by myself with no one helping me, no ads. Like that was really important to me. I wanted to be able to do that in 1 year while I was teaching full time. Like that was a big deal, and that was last year. And so this year I was like, okay, I know I need to work a little less because I've been working like a crazy person. And also I'm looking for a new job, and so that's been really stressful, and just like all these things. And so I think I've like pulled back so much that it's been a little bit too much. And then on top of that, having like the springtime was not what I anticipated. I still like, I'm not complaining about my sales because they were fine. They were, every month was better than that month last year, but they weren't as good as I was hoping for, and the growth wasn't as great as I was hoping for. And so like that, coupled with like trying to regulate my emotions and like, you know, get all of that, has just left me being like that's how I feel. I feel like I'm like having a life crisis or something, and just like it's like I don't know what to do, and I don't know what's going on. And some of that has been, you know, June I was like, we're gonna redo the house and we're gonna do all these fun things, and it was really great, but I have not been working. And so I'm just trying to like kind of give myself a bit of a path and a bit of like a goal to work on, and try to figure out like what I'm doing, because I think that I am a person who is very, I mean, obviously I'm a person who's very goal oriented. And so when I'm working towards a big project or I'm working towards a big goal, it just makes me feel like I have such a good sense of purpose. And so this year has been just kind of like, I just feel like I'm floating and like bouncing around and not, and like, yeah, I had plans and some things went according to plan, a lot of things did not. And so like I have to fix my planning so that my planning is gonna work this year. And it's just like a whole big, huge thing. But it's been so long that now I'm like, that feeling is just really getting to me, and I just need to get some stuff into action. So I have all the notebooks over here with all the thoughts and all the things, and I'm just trying to get some sense of like what I want to do. But I'm leaving for Boston in like 2 days. So it's like, yeah, this is great, but then I can't do anything until I get back from Boston, and I'm like, and I'm really excited about Boston. I'm so pumped to talk at the TBT conference. Unfortunately, I will only be there for 1 day of the conference, but I'm really excited to present. I'm so excited to meet people. I'm super nervous to meet people. If you meet me in Boston, because this will come out after, just FYI, if you're like, man, she was really awkward. Yes, I am. That's why I have to bring my husband. I told him, you're my emotional support husband, and I need you to come with me because I cannot talk to people. That's the honest truth. Like, give me a YouTube, like give me a camera and we are good. Put me up on stage, I will present, I will talk to all the children, I'll talk to the adults, I don't care. But meeting new people and like small talk, I'm like, oh my gosh, that is what is fully terrifying me at this point. But alas, it's fine, because I actually just went to a leadership class yesterday at church. They invited us all of like the leaders of each of the departments. So like the nursery leader and the youth group leader and the greeter leader, like all those people, and I'm the like children's church leader. So they invited us all to, they kept calling it a meeting and no one knew what it was about. And so I thought it was gonna be like, you know, here's what's going on in the church. We're like looking for a new pastor. So I thought maybe that's what we were gonna talk about. No, it was a leadership class, which was actually really great. And I fully enjoyed it. It was amazing. I was like, does this dude have a book or a podcast or a course? Cause I will buy anything. It was so good. I'm gonna go over my notes and like commit everything to memory. So good, but not at all what I thought it was going to be. I was like, what is happening? Like seriously, he like got up there and there was like a projector. I was like, what is happening here? Anyway, so he made a big deal about doing things that scare you and doing things that get you out of your comfort zone. So that's what we're gonna do this week. We're gonna do scary things that get me out of my comfort zone, and it's gonna be great. And then hopefully when we get back and have some sort of semblance of what I know. I would love to do like all my planning and like get everything figured out this week and then like hit the ground running next week, but I know that's not gonna happen because today and tomorrow I need to clean the whole house. I'm doing a presentation for an online music summit. Y'all, I was invited to 2 online summits, one for TPT sellers and one for music teachers. And the TPT conference, well, I wasn't invited, I applied, to do in person and virtual, and they were all happening in 2 weeks time. So like last week was the Teacher Seller Summit, this week is Elementary Music Summit and the TPT conference, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's so much. So I need to finish up my presentation because that's tomorrow, and so like I have to get that done. I have to clean the whole house, which it's not actually too bad because I did a lot of cleaning last week and like before we went to Disney, because I had to like clean up, you know, all the power tools and stuff. But still, like I need to vacuum and I need to dust and I need to clean the bathrooms and like that stuff. It takes time, even though it's not like the end of the world. And pack and laundry. So my point is, I don't think I'm gonna have time to spend like hours and hours laid out with a big, huge plan, which stinks because that's what I would like to do. So basically, I think I know like what my next thing is and like my next set of goals, and I have kind of an idea of what I want to work on. Actually, I did go through it and I wrote it out for the second half of the year. So I have like a whole plan of things to work on, and I have like my current plan. I just still feel like it's not quite like figured out. So I journaled my heart out, and then I made a couple of action items of things that I need to get done like this week and next week. And so hopefully that will help. So that's my story. I also texted my friend from, I was gonna say high school, but we met in 4th grade and have known each other forever. He was in our wedding and we were both in his wedding. And so we're like tight. So I texted him because he's like very video savvy, and I was like, hey, I know you're busy, because he has a full-time job, of course, and he has a kid, and I was like, but is there any chance that you want to edit my videos for me, because I need a video editor? I was like, I totally understand if you know, are too busy, but I wanted to offer it to someone I knew before I went and like looked for somebody. And he was like, yeah, that'd be awesome. And I'm like, maybe you want to edit my videos for me? So he's not gonna edit this one, which is good since I'm talking about it, but I'm gonna start him on just one channel, and then if that goes well and if he has time, then I'll have him do the other channel. And this one I probably will not have him do, since this is a hobby and it makes no money. But I might have him do like a couple of videos here and there, like the more sit down kind of videos, but probably the vlogs I'll continue to edit, because again, it's a hobby and it doesn't make any money, and so I don't want to put money into something that doesn't make any money. So there you go. so that's super exciting. I was gonna wait until like October to look for a video editor because this month I'm living off of money from that I got in June from May. Next month is June money, and then the next October is when I get the big payout from August. So October I was like, then I'll have money, and so I'll wait until then. But I just want to get things going, and I want to get the ball rolling on things. And so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna text him, and if he does it, then I'll wait until October to find some. So that's my story. I just feel so like, and I wish I had the time to like really sit down and think about it, but I don't. So that is my story. What time is it? 12:15. Okay, I need to go upstairs and finish getting dressed. I did like, you know, put clothes on, but I will probably swap out my earrings because these are my like sitting around the house earrings, and maybe do a little bit of makeup. Not much, just enough that when I go see my friends that I'm meeting for lunch, she's not like, oh my gosh, she looks so much worse than last time I saw you, which she would not say because she's very sweet. She's another one that I was in her wedding and she was in my wedding, and so I'm so excited to see her. I haven't seen her in a really long time. I try to see her a lot over the summer and it just has not happened, just from like, you know, me being out of town, her being out of town, just all the things. So I'm very excited to go see her and talk to her. We're gonna go get lunch. I'm gonna finish my coffee, get dressed, stop talking your ear off. But you know, that is, I always feel bad when I'm like, let me just tell you all the things, but then I'm also like, isn't that why you're here? Right? So, ooh, if I have a video editor, can I do videos for Becca's Bible class? Because I do have like 3 videos on that channel. That's what we need. More YouTube channels. My dog's here. I'm not super crazy. Do you want to say hi? Can you hop? I've been spending a lot more time in this room now that it's all pretty. Can you hop? Come in. Come on. Hello. Hello. Hi. Oh, thank you. Do you need to talk to the people? No. Okay. I tried. I need to show you Charlie in this video because Nyla gets a lot more attention since she's always like, you know, on top of me and making noise. Totally gets plenty of attention, just not camera attention. She gets like snuggle attention because that's her love language, is snuggles. So there we are. Okay, lunch, clean, presentation. Trying to convince my husband that we need to go to Culver's for dinner because their ice cream flavor of the day, or sorry, their custard flavor of the day is like, it's new and it's like peanut butter crunch with like Heath bars. It sounds so good. I really want that. So there we go. I'm also trying to coordinate the kids going to kids camp next week, which I am not participating in at all because like I'm coming home and then they're leaving, and so it's like texting, coordinating, and trying to get everything set. And it's like, I feel like I keep looking around for like whoever should be in charge of these things, and then I realize that person is me, and I'm like, I mean, I guess I'm an adult. I think about that a lot too, because like when we were originally talking about camp and I was like, who's gonna drive them to camp? And I was like, oh my gosh, are they gonna ask me to drive them to camp? I'm not old enough for that. And then I thought, you know, when I was in high school, our youth pastors were like 21 and 23 or something like that, or like 19 and 21. They were young. And I'm like, I cannot believe that they like drove kids to camp and like did all those things, because like that seems super stressful to me, and I'm like 27. Okay, let's go get ready to go have lunch with my friend. See why Nyla is whining again, and then come home and clean the presentation. Is there any chance I will get enough stuff done today that tomorrow we can have a big planning session? Probably not. I gotta pack. Although I think I already kind of know what we're doing. I did create like an itinerary for our trip to Boston. So that made me feel much better. So I like did it in Evernote, and I added all the like tickets and everything into Evernote so that like they're all there, and I also printed them out. And we have like a day by day, like this day is the conference and this day is, the hiccups. We're doing like the Boston Tea Party Museum and like a walking tour of Boston, and we're going to the aquarium. I love the aquarium. Fun fact, one of my favorite places in the world. I mean, I haven't been to that aquarium, but hopefully it stacks up to the Georgia Aquarium. Although I think the Georgia Aquarium is like a really good one. I don't know. Aquariums in general, I love. So I like put them all and like figured out the times for everything, got all the tickets in there. I didn't pick like what we're gonna eat, but I did find some like options. So I have like quick options and then like fancier dinner options that we can kind of choose from. So that will help, and I think it made my husband feel a lot better about like the whole situation. So then like he knows what to pack, I know what to pack, because like we know what we're doing. So I think I already kind of know what I'm gonna pack because I pulled a couple things out the other day. Anyway, cheers to Monday. Okay, I said I was gonna go, but I was texting with my friend who is hopefully gonna be my video editor, and I feel so much better. He literally texted me a picture because he does like wedding videos, and so he texted me a picture of like literally right the second he's editing a wedding video, and he was like, I usually edit something every day because I love it. I was like, great, because I hate it, but I love YouTube. So I'm hoping this is gonna work out. I told him I would send him some stuff for not this Sunday, because this Sunday is gonna be a Q&A, and so it's just gonna be like basically, you know, edit out all of Nyla's whining, but like the next Sunday. So fingers crossed. I really hope this works out. Hello, I'm home from lunch. It was so lovely. You know those friends that like you've been friends forever and you can just kind of like pick up where you left off, even if it's been a while, and just like so good. That's how this friend is. We've known each other since college, and she's just like one of my favorite people in the world. So great. Doesn't, you know, feel bad that I can't hang out with her all the time, and just so good, so good. And she's really good at like, I was thinking about this earlier because I was like, I'm having an existential crisis. She's one of those like, she will get down deep, and it's always like, how are you? What's been going on? How do you feel? Why do you think that? Like, it's almost like going to therapy. So that's always an interesting thing. But it was good. It was really good. So my goal this school year is to try to actually see people and not like ghost. I was gonna say all my friends, all my like 2 friends. One of those is my mom, for like the whole school year. Hello friends. Yesterday I got quite a bit of cleaning done, not really any work related stuff, which was, you know, good that I got cleaning stuff done, bad that I didn't get anything. Let's do this correctly. I'm sorry. Fix the hair because it's a disaster. It's fine. Okay, take 2. Hello, happy Tuesday. Yesterday after I left you, I got quite a bit of cleaning done, and then went to dinner at Culver's with my husband because they had a really good flavor of the day yesterday, and then just came home and took a bath. So I didn't get any work done yesterday, which was, you know, good. I got cleaning done, but I didn't get any work done. So today's plan is that, well, today's plan, it's noon. I may or may not have spent like the whole morning working on finishing my presentation that I have to give it an hour. So there's that. Yeah, really great. So I got that done finally. I didn't expect it to. First of all, I didn't start it today. Secondly, I already knew what I was going to talk about. I just need to make the slides. Third, it took longer than I thought it was going to, as everything always does. So got that just finished, and I have like an hour until I have to give my presentation, so I need to get dressed, and I probably need to eat. I'm not really hungry, but I'm worried if I'm giving my presentation from like 1 to 2, then I'm gonna be really hungry at the end of that, so I kind of need to make that happen. So there is all of that, and then from 2 until tonight, I think I'm gonna be packing and cleaning pretty much all night, and then this evening I'll need to do a bit more work. I pretty much need to get everything done today because tomorrow I'm going to bar, I'm getting my nails done, and then coming home, and then I only have a few hours until we leave. So I'm like, I would like everything to be done today so I don't have to stress about it tomorrow, and that's kind of my current mindset. So that is the current plan of what's going on. Got laundry going upstairs, so I just need to, yeah, get everything. Also, I don't know where I'm gonna do this presentation because my office is a disaster. I'm like trying to get the house really clean, but in getting the house really clean, it's like making my office dirty, and then I try to clean my office and then it makes the house messy. And it's like, we have just enough stuff that I don't know what to do with, that I'm like, I'm just kind of stuck. So since someone's coming to watch the dogs tomorrow, I would rather my office be messy, but that means I don't really know where I'm gonna do this presentation. So I guess I'll eat something and get dressed in something nicer than my little palm leaf sweatshirt, which is adorable, so I will link it down below for you because it should still be available. It's pretty new. It's super, super, super lightweight. It's not at all toasty, obviously, since it's July. So let's go make that happen. I've been texting all morning with my new video editor, aka my like best friend from childhood. So he's working on one of the videos. I sent him the stuff yesterday, so he's working on one, and so we'll see how it goes and what he does with it, and what, you know, if he enjoyed it or if he was like, this is stupid, I don't want to do anymore. And then, yeah, still trying to figure out negotiating a price because I asked him, I was like, I don't know what the going rate is, so just like let me know what you think is fair. And he was like, I don't know, I can work within any budget. I'm like, well, that's great, but not helpful at all. So I looked up like the average video editor rate, and of course it's like basically you can pay between $5 an hour to like $500 an hour, and so I'm like, okay. So trying to pick something that's in the middle there that we both think is reasonable, but I would like to pay decently because, one, you should pay people decently if they're good at what they do. Two, he's like one of my best friends from childhood, so like, you know, don't want to be a cheapskate with that. And his wife is also one of my friends from high school, and so like, you know, just want to make sure that I'm doing what I can, because like what a blessing it is to make enough money to be able to pay people well, for like him to be able to support his family extra, or, you know, take his kid to Disneyland, or, you know, whatever he wants to do, I don't care. But just like, that's one of my favorite things about my TPT business, is it has allowed me to be really generous. Even like every month, you know, I give to the church, and it's so nice to see that number and have it be like a decent number, and be like, I'm really actually helping, you know, contribute. And then even things like buying stuff for children's church, sometimes I just don't turn my receipts in. I'm like, whatever, it's fine. Well, I just kind of consider it a donation when I, you know, buy some paint or whatever. Sometimes I do turn my receipts in, just kind of depends. Or even like my mom really liked a Lily Pulitzer romper I was wearing the other day, and so I bought her the same one, and she was so excited. And she's not like a label person, so like she didn't really care that it was that, but she was just so excited to have this like cute little dress, and I was able to just, you know, go and buy that for her just because I wanted to. And you know, what a blessing it is to be able to bless other people. So I want it to be a decent amount, but it can't be like too much that I can't afford. So, you know, gotta think about that. And like, I know I want to hire out for some other things later on. So like keeping that in mind. So I don't know. We'll figure that out. That's my update. Okay, bye. Apparently this is the only place I film anymore. Ooh, I am sore. Okay, so got myself ready, went and did my presentation. It went really well, I think. So I'm excited about that. I couldn't see how many people were on it because it was not on Zoom. It was like much fancier than last year, so that was great. I got on, and Bryson from That Music Teacher is the one in charge of this music teacher summit. And he was like, you are the affiliate queen. Like, you need to share your secrets with us. So I take it that that means that a lot of people used my link to join. So that's great and exciting and all that good stuff. Got the presentation done. So then I came and ate because I did not end up eating beforehand. And then read the first chapter of this book. I don't know if I mentioned this, but in June I did a like TV ban where I only watched TV if I was with somebody else or I was doing something else. So I was allowed to watch TV like while I painted the house, but I didn't watch TV like just to take up time or to do anything. And I don't watch that much TV anyway, so it wasn't like a huge, you know, thing. And then I ended up doing so many house projects that I got to watch everything I wanted to anyway. But my point is that normally I would like sit and watch YouTube videos while I eat, but since I've been doing other things, like sat outside to eat, or I'll read while I eat or things like that. And so it's just been a really nice way to like swap things around. It's July now, so like my challenge is over, but that was one thing that I kind of stuck with, was let's do something, you know, that's more productive than watching TV. Not that I'm like anti-TV, obviously I'm pro YouTube. I have like 18 YouTube channels, but just to, you know, do something different. And I did actually really well. There were 2 days I did end up watching TV, but I was sick, so I feel like that was okay. But overall, I only watched TV like with my husband or stuff. And then in the evening, which is typically when I watch TV, I got in the habit of, instead of just sitting there and watching whatever's on, I would sit there and I would plan out house projects, or I would write in my journal, or like do other things. So just in general, trying to not waste time, because I don't have a lot of time to waste. So that's the story. I had leftover Olive Garden for lunch, which was great. It's like 3 o'clock now. And I have so much to do, so I guess I'll get to cleaning. I have some laundry that's almost done. Once that's done, I can do some packing. And yeah, I might need to make like a list of, I have my list of what I need to do, but I think I might sit here and really quickly just make a list of like when I ought to do each thing, so that I'm not like super overwhelmed by that. I'm really glad that class is over though. It was good and I really appreciate it, but it was just like, you know, those things that are like hanging over your head of like, oh, I gotta do this, oh, I gotta do this, I gotta do this. So I'm really glad that that was finished so that I could just get it done, which was great. So let's get to work. This is gonna be a really long vlog. Sorry. Okay, so if you are doing the TPT conference, or if you were a part of the TSS, the Teacher Sellers Summit, I would encourage you to watch some sessions that maybe are not ones that you think you need to watch. because I'm currently watching Aaron Waters' presentation on the Teacher Seller Summit, which is no longer available. So sorry if you missed it, because I try to advertise them as much as possible so that nobody misses them. Because that's always the worst when people are like, my cookies, when people are like, oh, I wanted to do that. But hers are about product images that convert. My session at the TSS was about your listing page. And so we have some things that are overlapping here, although I feel like I didn't know she was, you know, doing this, but I feel like very much there's different information presented in each one. And there's things I was like, I don't know that I need to watch this, but I'm watching it as I like do the dishes and stuff. And as I'm watching, there are things that I am learning that I didn't think I would learn. And a lot of it's like little things and little, you know, little snippets here and there, because overall I understand most of what she's saying and I include a lot of that in my presentation. But still, like if I hadn't clicked on it, there's things that I would not now know. So if you're doing any sort of conference, like watch the sessions you don't think you need, because you might need them.